We're down here at Nolin Lake. I'm here with Jeremy Shiflett. Jeremy, this is called a reef ball, right?
Yes, sir.
What is the benefits of a reef ball?
Well, reef balls got their start initially out in the marine environment. They were using them to protect and enhance coral reefs. And we kind of saw that, the work that they were doing there, and we saw its application in the freshwater system and thought that they would make some good fish habitat. They're a very versatile structure, and actually the thing that stands out the most to us is that they're going to last forever.
Yeah.
You know, all of our reservoirs, the habitat is degrading as they age, and so we're all constantly out here refreshing everything. So trying to be more efficient with our time and our effort, our resources, looking for materials that are going to last a long time.
So you guys are actually building those yourself, these things?
Yes.
In 3 different sizes, right?
Yes, sir. Generally, it's a 3-piece fiberglass mold that then has tethers or bladders that are affixed to the inside of the mold, so that once you pour concrete in it, it creates these voids once you pull that mold off. And then we spray the inside of the mold with sugar water. When we pull that mold off, it allows us to rinse it off and get some of this aggregate coarse texture on there. Otherwise, it's going to stay smooth, just like the finished concrete. But we do that to allow that texture for the periphyton, the algae, the insects, all that stuff to adhere and stick. So once we have all our bladders set at the right pressure, then we bring the concrete truck in and just have them start dumping a pretty flowable mix, because we got to get it down in around all the bladders. So once it starts flowing down in, as the mold starts filling up, we're just tapping with a rubber mallet. We're tapping around just to make sure the concrete settles, fills all the voids. So what we have to do when we're done is we bring a forklift, teleskid, something to come in and just ease up, lift that up, and because the screw cap's out of it, it pushes the air out as it eases it up and out.
Oh, wow.
And then we can rinse them off, move them, and then what we normally do is, because we got all that stuff out, we just set them back up and pour again.
Okay.
So we try to do multiple pours while we have everything out.
Okay.
The Corps of Engineers has been, because they've been the main partner in all this, they've allowed us to use their maintenance facility up there to have all our materials, to set up, to pour, because you do need, you can't just do it anywhere. You do need power, you need some electric, you need water, you need air for the bladders. So it's a process, but by us having this mold system, we can pour them for about 1/4 of the cost of buying them.
Oh, wow. And you pour them close to the location where they're going. You poured them right here at the Army Corps of Engineers site at Nolin.
Right.
So they don't have to be transported very far from that point.
Right.
Some of these are at different depths in the waters because this is a lake that's managed by the Army Corps of Engineers. It comes up and down, fluctuates. So the fish also fluctuate on what depth they want to be at.
Right.
So you guys take that into account.
Yes.
And you look for contour lines that allow you to space these out at different depths, right?
Yeah, so instead of putting everything at one constant depth, say 6 or 8 feet all the way across the reservoir, knowing that the water goes up and down and that water quality changes and the thermocline changes throughout the year, we've kind of taken that approach to where we kind of stagger them perpendicular to shore at different depths to allow those fish to kind of stay on site and just move up and down in a water column and not have to completely vacate and go to find another structure somewhere else.
So the Army Corps of Engineers, obviously, they want good fish habitat, but they have a bigger concern with what these things can help out with, which
Absolutely.
is what?
Yeah, shoreline stabilization, shoreline erosion is a big problem. These lakes, again, with the drawdown and then with the recreational and angling boat traffic, you know, the shoreline takes a beating. And so we started a research project with them where we're using some of these, the big ones and some of the next size down, to put them near shore to help as a wave break, to help protect those shorelines, help them naturally heal, but then also they're in a couple feet of water, so they're going to provide fish habitat as well.
So if you see these and you see them in an area, you're like, well, man, they didn't even get them deep enough. They're there for a purpose.
Absolutely.
If you look above where you see them in the water, you'll usually see some spots where you see a lot of erosion. And you're trying to limit that. So the Army Corps of Engineers is trying to protect the shoreline, but also allowing us to put these at areas where it will definitely have a positive impact on fisheries.
Absolutely. We've had people get on Facebook, you know, a day after putting them out saying, I don't know what these are, but I just caught some fish here. So they definitely work, just about like anything we do. It definitely works, but they work quickly, and they're going to be there to stand the test of time.
So it's a really, really cool project, and I am glad to see it right here, especially, you know, Nolin's one of my home lakes, so glad to see them going in here.
Well, we're expanding statewide, so there are some in Rough, in Nolin, and in Cave Run, and we have plans to expand.
If you see one of these big alien-looking things, it's a fish habitat and a shoreline stabilization tool, and it's a project we're going to monitor for a little while and see what the benefits are, and very thankful to have the Army Corps of Engineers on board.
Absolutely.
to help us out with this.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you so much. I
appreciate you coming down, Chad.
Appreciate your time.